batten down because what we've got in store, we think, is the brightest and noisiest series of Top Gear ever. In fact, we've prepared a little taster to show you what you can expect over the next 9 weeks.
Listen.
Hard to know really where to start with that lot, so we've decided to kick off with the Porsche 911. You see, when it was launched, what, 5,000 years ago? It was very fast and very dangerous. But then over the years, they made it softer and more civilized and safer until they ended up with this one. Now, this wasn't so much a car, more a place where a fat, balding, middle-aged man could go off and have his midlife crisis. I liked it a lot. This, though, is the all-new model, designed to take the 911 back to its raw, basic, white-knuckle roots. They say everything has been sharpened up, hunkered down, tightened. They say it's gone back to being a car for Silverstone, rather than Silvertown Way. That it's more Brands Hatch than brand marketing. Though, it's hard to see what they're on about because it feels to me exactly the Hang on a minute. I think I've made a dreadful mistake here. I think this is the new one. It is, look, 50, it's the new, and that's the old one. See, I just came here this morning, I got the wrong one. I am so sorry. In my defence, you have to admit the two cars do look remarkably similar. Porsche say that apart from the roof, every panel on the new car is new. But surely, if you're going to make new panels, why not make them look different? This has to be the laziest makeover ever. It's like Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen looking at a completely white wall and saying, yeah, I think I'm going to paint that white. And the front of the designery must have walked into the Porsche boardroom and said, yeah, that new 911, lads, done it, I'm off down a pub. Oh my God. They haven't bothered in here either. I mean, apart from all this stuff, the satellite navigation and the heater and so on, which I think they've lifted from the Cayenne, the four-wheel drive Porsche, and that stopwatch, it really is a question of interior styling by Deja Vu. There's more evidence too that Porsche weren't really concentrating when they designed this car. I mean, change it to third and the gear lever comes off. That's not very Porsche-ish. And neither is the positioning of these electric seat memory buttons. You see, every time I go around a corner, my knee bashes into them and I slide gracefully into my wife's driving position. It's quite hard to drive like this, to be honest. See what I mean? Plenty of mistakes then, but you're probably thinking, who cares? Just so long as it's better to drive and faster. Well, the new Carrera with its new 3.6-litre engine and new gearbox will do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds and reach 177. And guess what? Those are exactly the same performance figures that you got from the old 3.6-litre Carrera. Mind you, this does cost £58,000. No, that's the same as well. So, to sum up, the new Carrera is pretty much the same as the old one, except the gear lever comes off. This, however, is not a standard Carrera. This is a Carrera S. And the S stands for so fat, balding, middle-aged man, go and have your midlife crisis somewhere else. The S rides low on fat, noisy tyres. It has a harsh, bone-breaking ride that jiggles your jowls and rattles the trim. It is as uncomfortable and as loud as Rod Stewart's leopard skin disco trousers. So, if you just want something to pose around the harbour bar, you'll pretty much hate it. But if you want to drive, it is spectacularly good. Thanks to a bigger engine, 3.8 litres, the S can get from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Kick your foot hard down and you'll ride a wave of that familiar Porsche howl. All the way to a top speed of 182. Then there's this little button here with Sport written on it. Push it and everything changes. The throttle response is sharpened up, the suspension is stiffened, the anti-lock braking system is watered down, and so is the traction control. You push that, you turn your 911 into an absolute animal. In sport mode, it'll go around the Nürburgring in Germany 20 seconds a lap faster than the old model. The cornering speeds that this car can achieve just astonishing. I mean, I can't remember going round there faster than that. That's 85 miles an hour round the Hammerhead, the wrong way round the Hammerhead. It's so fast and so well planted, they're not even going to bother making a four-wheel drive version like they used to. Just wouldn't be necessary. It is pure Porscheography. And look at this. This is something I've never seen before on a road car. You can program the onboard computer with the length of the lap that you're about to do, and then it stores your times, and you can show them to your friends later. Of course, they won't be your friends anymore, but what a thing. What a gadget, what a tool. You'll look. This then is a car for properly keen drivers who won't care about the wonky gear lever or the lazy styling or the bone-breaking ride. This then is a 911 of the old school.
So hang on, let's just straighten this out for me, please. The new 911 range.
Yeah. You've got the 3.6, which looks like the old 3.6, costs the same and goes the same, and that's for fat people.
Right.
Then you've got the 3.8S, which is for slightly less fat people, and then the 3.8S with the Chrono Sport Pack for thin, chiseled, jawed people who have no friends. Like the Stig, for instance. And away he goes. It is incredibly wet out there today. Now, Stig's already got the rear spoiler up, getting extra downforce, which I think he's probably going to need as he comes to the first corner. He's got oversteer going in. Oh yeah, I should explain, Stig's developed a penchant for one-hit wonders. That was ace there. And how long will he take to get round here? Oh, crikey Moses, that was a bit tricky coming out of Chicago, coming into Hammerhead now. He's really having to tiptoe that thing round there. A bit of understeer, which he cures with a lot of oversteer. Very well done, Stig. We're impressed. Look at those rooster tails coming off it. That's the fastest corner. He's certainly not flat through there today. The great thing about this 911 is it's raw and animalistic like the old one, but it's also as easy to drive as a Ford Focus, so it really is the perfect blend, keeping it neat and tidy into the second to last corner, sliding it through Gambon, and there we are! Now, he did it in 1 minute 28.9. Slide it in there. Now, of course, it was very, very wet, okay? In fact, so wet the Stig had a bit of an off. Who'd like to see that?
Oh, yes.
Yes, play the tape. Here he comes. Oh, he's already in trouble. Oh, Stig! That is a rare thing.
You don't see that often,
You don't see that often, but that gives you an idea of just how wet it is. Apparently, he says that if it had been just normally wet, he would have got very close to the 911 GT3's time of 127.2.
So hang on, how much is this one then?
The new S with the Sport Chrono Pack, 65,500.
And the old GT3 was 72, so that's £8,000 less.
It's not old, you can still buy it.
So they're doing a new GT3 911?
No, they're doing the old one still. So if you want a 911 but you want a GT3 or a GT2 or a Turbo or a Targi, buy the old one. So
it's not really old at all then?
No, it's not. They're still made.
So you see, so there's a new one that looks just like the old one, but you can still get that one new.
Yeah.
But it's old.
Yeah.
And you see, it was difficult enough when there was only one 911. Now there's like two.
The chances now of being able to go into a Porsche dealership and coming out with the car you want, it's like, you know when you go and buy a cup of coffee now and one of those... Can I have a cup of coffee, please? Well, do you want a skinny latte or a milky or with a shot? I just want a cup of coffee.
Stop asking questions.
I just want a car with its engine at the back. And that's it.
Goodbye.
Bye, have a great time. Bye, have a great time. Bye, have a great time.